Ever imagined a tiny edge device running a vision language model? With our cluster assembled, let's move to software installation part. Here we will see how to install OS onto the Raspberry Pi and Jetson Nano, connect to all boards from one PC using SSH, then install necessary packages. First, we will install Ubuntu distros using PyImager on Raspberry Pis. Then install Jetpack 6 using NVIDIA SDK Manager on Orin Nano. Once completed for all boards, we will install helper packages, Ollama, and Hugging Face. No need of external monitors and peripherals in our case. You will, however, need a card reader. Let's start by installing PyImager on your PC. The PyImager flashes operating system to SD cards for Raspberry Pi. Note that we are using 64 GB cards for all the boards, except for Raspberry Pi 5 and Jetson Orin Nano, since these boards support M.2 SSD. We are using 256 GB SSD for them. Simply plug in the SD card reader to your PC. Select Raspberry Pi version. Choose operating system of your choice. In our case, Ubuntu 22.04, and select the storage option. Next, we will edit the system configurations. On your keyboard, press Ctrl-Shift-X to open the config menu. Under the General tab, edit host name, device name, password. Next, under the Services tab, make sure to select Enable SSH and use password authentication. This allows you to connect to the Raspberry Pi using Secure Shell Client. Now, save the configuration and continue with flashing the OS. It took nearly 10 minutes in our case. Continue for rest of the board similarly. Next, we will install Jetpack 6 in Jetson Orin Nano. There are several ways, but we found NVIDIA SDK Manager to be the best. Go ahead and install it from NVIDIA's official website. Currently, it only supports flashing OS through Linux host machine. That's why I am using a PC with Ubuntu 20.04 here. You will need to create an account first if you are not registered already. Download the Debian package and install the NVIDIA SDK Manager. Okay, it throws an error here. Let's fix missing packages using on-screen instructions and complete the installation. By the way, we have a detailed article for the steps. Check out the links in description below. Now, take the Jetson Orin Nano and connect to your PC using a Type-C cable. Before flashing, the board has to be set to recovery mode. On the 12-pin horizontal headers, locate Force Recovery Pin and Ground. Short them by connecting a jumper cap or a female-to-female type jumper wire. This mode enables the Orin Nano to be recognized by a host computer as a device ready for a full system image write. The jumpers has to be removed once it is powered on. Open NVIDIA SDK Manager and log in. It should detect the Orin Nano board now. The latest Jetpack version is also auto-selected as we can see. Hit Continue and select Target Components. We are selecting all here. Then accept terms and proceed to step 3. It will pop up a warning message saying new folder will be created. Accept and continue again. Type password of the host computer and enter. Now it will download the components. It may take several minutes depending on the speed of your internet connection. Next, somewhere in between, we get this pop-up. It shows this menu since my SSD is already flashed with Jetpack 6. You can choose automatic mode for updates and installation of add-on modules. But let's reflash with Jetpack 6 again so that we can see it exactly. Here, power off the board once, connect Forced Recovery Jumper, then turn back on. After powering on, say 20 seconds, the jumper cable can be removed. Select board, pre-config for OEM configuration, and enter username and password. As we have SSD installed, I am choosing NVMe. This will take some time depending on the writing speed. Before installation of SDK components, you will see another pop-up. Here we will select mode of connection as USB, enter username and password, then continue with installation. And the installation is complete.